So he's won six of his eight matches since his injury, and he's lost to number 3 and 4 in the world. Holy shit, I'm horrible. Ask both of them, and they'll tell you you're not going to top roll me. You're going to have a flop press.
So does that mean that despite losing a couple of matches 3-0 back-to-back, Michael Todd is still a top 5 arm wrestler in the world? Because if true, then that would be really insane. Let's take a look at Michael's super match record since 2021. In 2021, Michael lost 5-0 to Levan on the right arm. Where is Levan now? He's number 2 in the world. Then Michael's next loss was the next year, 2022, 3-0 against Gennady Kvikwinia. Since then, Michael has avenged his loss. It was a 3-2 match. It was against a Gennady that was clearly not in top shape. He was just coming back from his injury. But now, even after a couple of years since his bicep surgery, Gennady hasn't really improved. So that excuse for not being in shape cannot count, because I think Michael can still beat Gennady now. So he has legitimately cleared that loss in my mind. Then Michael's next loss was against Revaz Lutidze in the same year, 2022. This is one loss that Michael hasn't avenged yet. And where is Revaz Lutidze now? He himself is nowhere to be seen in the top 10. He's outside of rankings. So can Michael beat Revaz now? I think he can, but that is irrelevant because Revaz himself isn't ranked as of now. Then after that, Michael won a bunch of matches, and his next loss was a 3-0 loss against Hermes Gasparini in 2025. Then once again 2025, 3-0 loss against Vitaly Laletin. Where is Hermes now? He's number 3. Where is Vitaly Laletin now? He's number 4. He was number 5 when he beat Michael, but now he's number 4. So if we can somehow exclude the Revaz Lutidze loss, Michael has lost to Levan, number 2. He has lost to Hermes, number 3. And he has lost to Vitaly Laletin, number 4. Yes, Michael himself hasn't beaten many of the guys outside of top 5. He never had the chance to face and beat Morozov, Georgy Svetkov and Alex Kurdecha. But I don't think any of these guys is actually a favorite against Michael. They may all be able to defeat Michael. Michael cannot really destroy them, but none of them are favorites. So is Michael top 5 in the world? Is he number 5? I mean, there's a small possibility that he still can be, but I somehow doubt that. Anyways, let's talk about Michael's match against Levan, the match that he wanted, but he isn't going to get it. Was I in favor of that match happening? Absolutely. Because why not? It's not like there are 5 guys in line to face Levan and Michael would be jumping over the queue and that would be not fair to those guys. It's not like that. In fact, Levan is just waiting for an opponent to emerge. There is nobody to face him. So what if Michael isn't top 5 and he still gets a shot and he gets beaten 4-0? Nobody cares because everybody gets beaten 4-0 and we want Levan to have matches. So feed Michael Todd to Levan Saginashvili, feed anyone to Levan Saginashvili, I don't mind. So Michael believes that he has a shot against anyone in this world. Why? Because despite losing 3-0 to Hermes and Vitaly, he believes that those matches were close. But then what exactly is a close match? Were you ever on the winning side? Does that make it a close match? I don't think Michael was ever on the winning side in those matches, at least not more than a... Did you ever force your opponent to almost foul out? Does that make it count as a close match? Was the score 3-2 or 3-1? Does that make it a close match? I don't really think any of these things happened in the Michael Todd matches. So how exactly were they close matches? Just because the opponent needed 20 seconds, 30 seconds, sometimes even 40 seconds to pin Michael? Did anything actually happen that makes it a close match despite the rounds lasting for more than 10-20 seconds? Or is it just a wishful thinking from Michael? Because if Michael thinks that the matches against Vitaly and Hermes stopping is a sign of Michael actually being able to do anything against Levan if and when that match happens, then I would say, what about the Georgy Zaranov match? Zaranov actually pinned Michael. He did better against Michael than what Michael did against Hermes and Vitaly. So Zaranov can say the same thing about Michael. Does he have a shot against Levan? I don't think so. And that one pin that Zaranov got over Michael, it is really attacking Michael's chances of ever facing Levan pretty seriously, pretty heavily. Because just try to put it into your words. How can a guy who got pinned by Georgi Zaranov defeat Levan? Just answer me this question in the comment section. Please like the video and I'll see you again. And I still would love to see the Michael versus Levan match. Don't get me wrong.